guys, what's up? It's Dark Mech here, and welcome back to the second video in this series of Advanced Mythic Plus tips for Blood DKs. Once again, I've teamed up with Mandel, Senendia, and Floor Fruits to bring you this one. We're doing Shrine of the Storm today. There's not a hell of a lot of unknown things in Shrine of the Storm, but obviously the point of these videos is just quick little videos to try and give you a few extra tips of things that you may not have been aware of or may not know, moving into Mythic Plus as you're trying to push up your keys towards the end of the season before all this wonderful BFA fun is gone. So starting off in Shrine of the Storm, we're going to talk about snap points up the top and down the bottom. So there are these little teacups outside the first area once you go past the first Templar, and you can snap the attendants and spiritualists and Templars into these cups. The big thing is that if you pull them and they are casting, they won't snap whilst they are casting. So you either need to get an interrupt on them once you've got aggro to have them snap in, or if you're running down the bottom of the stairs and you aggro them, they'll start to cast. Once they finish that cast and you're up the top in the teacup, they will snap in. It is really important that you don't use the two teacups down the bottom of the stairs that are closest to the inside where the pool is, otherwise you'll pull that elemental thing, and that's not what you want to do. There is also, after this area, once you do the first obelisk up the top, you are actually able to snap the obelisk down to the first boss area as well. Go into the obelisk, jump off and run all the way down to the first boss's platform, and on this little wall here you can jump up and the spider, when it's the spider, will actually snap to you. With the blob, you can do this with the blob as well, but you can actually just run around. If you activate the blob when it's its turn, run down the stairs and just line of sight around the corner and you can have all the tendrils snap there. Otherwise, you can come to this point as well and snap the tendrils there as well. Moving past the first boss platform, if you are waiting on RP and you wanted to snap the Tempests and the Haldus ads, you can actually jump in this teacup, and if you taunt the outside ad on Haldus, just taunt it, don't pull it with an ability, use taunt, it will snap into the teacup, the 4 ads around Haldus, and then you can just do Haldus by herself when you want to do that. Moving on to the first boss, Aquaseer. Not a lot here. You can use Asphyxiate on people that are caught on Grasp of the Depths to get them out. You can also use Death's Advance, obviously, to counter the pushback from Undertow. Moving through the dungeon, once we get to the second boss, the Tide Sage Council area, there are also snap points around here as well. So there's actually snap points in the water. If you grab all the initiates around, you can actually just jump into the water and you can snap the initiates into a nice pile here. The good thing about this on Sanguine weeks is if it's Sanguine, when you kill these, the Sanguine actually drops on the bottom of the water and not where the mobs are. So a huge advantage there. There is also a snapping point for the other mobs or initiates if you want over on this rock wall here. You can run up and jump on the rock wall and everything will snap to you here. The Tide Sage Council themselves, this is a very tank heavy one, and I'd absolutely encourage you to try it. You can tank the boss up against the ledge on the right side of the encounter space here, and your DPS and your healers can all stand up on this ledge. What this means is they won't have to dodge tornadoes. Now there's this little spot in the back right hand corner here, and what you can do is you can actually stand here, make sure that Brother Ironhall is facing you, as you don't want the hindering cleave to be facing the platform, you want it to always be facing you, and all you're going to do is just move out towards the middle of the platform every time that happens, and then move back into this little nook. When you're in this nook, no tornadoes can hit you, because tornadoes will spawn and then they'll flow into the middle of the encounter space. What's going to happen is you can stay here for Swiftness Ward, that's not an issue. As soon as he casts Reinforcing Ward, which casts on Fae, you just need to move out of that location. So staying against the lip of this platform over to the right, you will just move down out of the Reinforcing Ward. Careful of the tornadoes, because if you do get hit, you will get knocked back. So you just need to be out of the Reinforcing Ward with the bosses. And then as soon as that Reinforcing Ward finishes, move back to that little nook in the corner. So it is well worth getting used to this strat. It is way easier than dodging tornadoes in the middle with your group. It's also worth noting as well that on necrotic weeks, you can use that Reinforcing Ward to drop your necrotic stacks. So that is it, guys. There's nothing really else to point out big in regards to the tips in Shrine of the Storm from this point onwards. Hopefully that helps you out. If I've missed anything, please drop it in the comments below. Otherwise, like, comment, subscribe. Come find me on Twitch. Come join the Discord. I'll see you all next time. See you, fam.
The shadows